And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we've returned. We returned here with the second semifinals of the broadcast. We just wrapped up with Percival versus Solar, and Solar, he did claim the series 2-0 to advance on to the grand finals. And Solar, he's waiting for the winner of this series of Clem and MaxPax. Let's go. Let us go. We're going to be jumping into our TvP. It's a bit of a rare sight nowadays to see Clem versus MaxPax. I feel like for the past couple of months, for 2026 at least, it has been all about Clem versus Hero. Like Clem and Hero, they've been facing off so often in these tournaments. Classic as well. MaxPax a little bit less so. But we'll see. We'll see how they compare to each other as we jump into game one. It's going to be on Tourmaline. Let's go, baby. Let's go. These older rivals from years gone by. I remember, for those who didn't watch the video recently, but it was a couple of days ago where DNS he released a "Who Wants to Be a Millionaire" video with Clem and his dad, and they went through like a bunch of like trivia questions basically with Clem and his papi. It was beautiful. And one of the things they went through was one of the multiple choice questions was who is Clem's nemesis on the Ligulac? Who's his number one nemesis? And I think the options were MaxPax, Maru, Hero, and Dark. That's it. It was MaxPax, Maru, Hero, Dark. That's it. And then they kind of like went through the process, and Clem was like, yeah, like MaxPax, he was like my rival, like my nemesis, like a couple of years ago. But like nowadays, like it's like heavily in my favor. And it was like a toss up between like Dark and Maru, and in the end, and it was Maru. Maru, he has like a really strong record against Clem, like historically, I should say. Partially also because they don't really play too often against each other. But a lot of those wins from Maru were especially in years gone by, back when Clem was playing TvT. Nowadays, of course, you know, plays Protoss. There we go. Here we go. We're jumping into a fresh series. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. As we're going for the proxy. Let's go. Let us go. We have our gas back at home. The initial probe scout doesn't really get eyes on too much. It does get eyes on the would-be natural base, so it's going to be as annoying as possible delaying the CC. Meanwhile, we can see that Clem has other plans, going for his own proxy Marauder. Ooh, Marauders are amassing, and MaxPax is none the wiser. But again, I do recommend it. We'll be going a little bit more in depth regarding the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Clem from a couple of days ago during the podcast. We'll get into it more there. Get into it, but it was nice. It was very wholesome seeing Clem with his dad working together to answer questions. Wholesome, baby, wholesome. As the Marauders are amassing, MaxPax behind this, he again is none the wiser, so there's no safety battery, there's no safety shield battery. He's got his first adept on the way, and he will be woefully underprepared for these Marauders as they are slowly backing up. As the first adept does move out across the map, Clem is pushing. We have one Marauder so far. We're waiting for the second Marauder that will hit with Concussive Shell. Marines a veer off towards the side. The CC, ooh, it may be delayed actually. It's going to be close. It's going to be delayed. So nice pick up, but doesn't matter. So nice delay here on the CC. A second adept moves out across the map. So we have two adepts across the map. There's going to be one Stalker at home to defend. And here comes the army. Here come the Marauders. Bearing in mind there may be a recall. No. No energy. Yeah, there's no energy. There's no recall. Adepts are racing back home. Marauders have arrived. The boys are being pulled. But now the Marines. Yeah, bunkers on the way. Marines have made it here to tank. To shut down those boys. Catching out the first adept. Does shade away, just barely. Ooh, the first one does shade, the second one does not. Yeah, late shade there for MaxPax. Both adepts go down, and Clem, he's just snowballing out of control. He breaks through the adepts, it breaks into the natural base as well. Bunker doesn't finish, thankfully. That could have been game. That could have been game then and there. But it's still critical damage here as more probes are going down. And back at home, Clem, the CC is done. He's just rallying at this point. And the overcharge will keep the Stalkers alive. We'll keep them alive a little bit longer here, but once again, the energy does run out. He's out of energy. Yeah, no. And he wants that bunker to finish. Yeah, he shouldn't finish though. He does focus it down. Stalkers a trade. Losing another 2 Stalkers. And even if this army gets cleaned up for Clem, it's already paid for themselves. Like, it's already paid for itself. And he wants another Marauder. So he wants another Stalker. He gets it. Another Stalker goes down. Finally gets cleaned up. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, but we're still rallying. We're still rallying. Bunker finishes. No, oh, the body blocking. Oh my god. The body blocking. The SCV is an animal, Bab. It's an animal. And with that, the natural is forfeit. Yeah, we have to evacuate the natural. We can't just keep rallying. Clem is overwhelming. As the Nexus will eventually go down. Behind this, how many gateways do we have? 1. There's 1 gateway. We can warp in 1 Stalker at a time. Blink is halfway done. And I'm even investing into Stim with the proxy. The proxy Stim, baby. Let's go. Let's go. SF on us targeting. SV goes down. Yeah, couldn't dive into the bunker. As there's the Engieva charge. Bunker will eventually fall, but even then, there's just so much damage being dealt by the Marauders. Oh, ooh. Marauder does pull away in time. Oh, the mule to repair. Oh no, the mule repairs the bunker, stops it from burning. Oof. Punishing the Stalkers one after the other. Blink is still not yet done, and that's going to be too much. Yeah, it's going to be far too much here at this point. GG gets called. Clem takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played with that. Clem. It does claim the first game. It does overwhelm. Again, a cheeky move here by Clem going for it. Wasn't just the proxy racks across the map, but Clem, he even sold the story that he was expanding. Remember, he sold the story that he was fighting for his own natural, that he had to get his own natural base up and running. Of course, that was distracting MaxPax, forcing the ups across the map. It also had no reason to scout nearby because he had saw that first racks at home as well. So MaxPax, he was none the wiser as to what was going on. He was caught with his pants down. GG. GG, well played. Just really unfortunate that his adepts were across the map and that he had no safety battery at the natural either. Just had no idea what was coming his way. And with that, we're now getting to game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. Loading into Winter Madness. We go. This morning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming. Oh, down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Let's go. Let us go. So we're getting into game 2. This time, no proxy. This time, there's no SCV out on the map. There's no cheeky racks. There's no shenanigans. For now, we're opening up back at home. And welcome to Winter Madness. Winter Madness is one of the larger maps of the map pool. Larger map, longer rush distance by ground. We typically expect longer and later games on this map, and we'll see how Clem will approach this. Despite the fact that we expect longer games, it is going to be a double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC out of Clem. So it is going to be a more tech-heavy start. This can lead into a heavier Cyclone counter early on, can lead into a faster 1-1-1 into Banshee play. It can lead into a commitment into Mine Drops. We have options. It can lead into Reaper Hellion. We'll see where Clem takes us. Show us what you got. Likewise, we'll see MaxPax kind of recover. We'll see if we can get into his game. as MaxPax, of course, is kind of well versed when it comes to two-base heavy play here. I think what's important is that Clem was able to, again, deceive MaxPax in that first game. Coming into this, we are going to be expanding, of course, after the factory, and we'll see if Clem does embrace a two-base all-in. I'm not really fond of two-base all-in, specifically on Winter Madness, so I'm hoping that we do veer away from that. So I'm curious to see what kind of aggression Clem does go for. For now, is indeed making the Hellion. So we have our initial Reaper Hellion. We'll see if he doubles down. Reaper breaks in. Doesn't quite get the probe. Ooh, okay, does pull away. And barely gets out. Just barely. Just denying mining time. Twilight counts are open out of MaxPax, opening up into Blink. We'll keep an eye on the gateway count. As he does get across. Oh, he wants the Reaper. Ooh, he gets it. That should not have happened. Bit of miscontrol there from Clem. Ooh, losing both Reapers, actually. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, both Reapers go down. With that, we do see that Clem, he has less map control. It's going to be harder to scout. But is following up with a mine drop. So here come the mines. Meanwhile, a better start here from MaxPax. Catching up both Reapers. Doesn't lose a single adept. Now, because the map is larger here, we're expecting a greedier build. So far, we have 2 gateways in the main and the robo at the natural. So 2 gate blink out of MaxPax. From here, we can expand. Otherwise, we could throw down extra gateways. As Clem moves out with his own mine drop. Clem is moving out. Behind this building up to his early tanks. I believe that is an extra gateway. Yep. Oh, we have another gateway as well. 4 gate blink. Hey, I mean, that's what MaxPax is known for. Mine drop into the natural. Wonder when the mine does burrow. And so far, does retarget. Nice control. Gets one. Takes that one probe. Even saves the Widow Mine. Nice control here from Clem. Does pull away. This medevac and this Widow Mine will keep supply pinned back at home, but remember, we have 4 gateways, a big delay on the third. So late third base out of MaxPax, 4 gates in total, 4 gate blink. Again, MaxPax, he's renowned for his 4 gate blink control. And we'll see if he can break his opponents, if he can break Clem. So far, Clem, he will get a bunker. He's playing safe. So Clem, he doesn't see the gateway count, but he does see lack of third. So the Hellion was just zoned away. So Clem, there's a very high chance. I mean, he knows that there's at least 3 gateways, most likely 4. Now confirms the third base timing. And he's getting a second bunker. Yeah, good read. Good read here by Clem. Second bunker's on the way. He does have his 2 tanks. Interesting that he does set up 2 tanks in the main base and 2 bunkers at the natural. So interesting split. MaxPax, he warps in. Dives into the natural mineral line. And so far, it does pick up a couple of Marines. Nothing major. And Clem isn't committing. Sorry, MaxPax isn't committing too hard. Oh, the retargeting. Yasu. Oh my, the pickup. What the hell? Jesus. Okay. A very quick pickup there by Clem. Saves the Widow Mine. Ready for another dive. Observer gets caught. MaxPax, he doesn't commit across the map. He only warped in those 4 stalkers. So even though MaxPax went for a late third base, he doesn't really commit too hard. Doesn't believe he can. I think it's a good call. I mean, he got scouted. But this means that MaxPax is in a really awkward position. A late third, a late saturation, late economy, late tech. It is a shaky start for MaxPax. The build of choice was meant to be more aggressive and failed to really get any damage done. So a very shaky mid-game here for MaxPax. Building up into Storm has potential, of course. Third TC by Clem, building up into the mid-game. He is macroing. we go. Observer gets caught once again. Observer caught out. And Clem looking to break out from this contain. He wants to break out, baby. There's that third. And the game is slowing down. Okay, so we're slowing things down. Clem, with his third base, he can now build up into the mid game and have a solid economy, work towards a 4th CC. Meanwhile, MaxPax, he's also hoping to gain map control, contain his opponent, and build up his own economy as well. Storm is done, now working towards double Robo, double Colossal production. MaxPax, he's trying to build up and perfect his army. He's getting there. And with the arrival of the third, Clem should soon be getting into his own Ghost production. Vikings are on the way. No Ghost Academy yet. Oh, first Storm does land. Raising the main army. Yeah, Storms are mainly zoning. We had one good Storm. MaxPax being very ambitious with this army. It's very, very fragile. It's a lot of High Templar, not many Zealots. There's that Academy. And it looks like Max actually wants to go for it. Bearing in mind he doesn't need to, he's making 2 Colossus at a time, but it looks like he wants to commit. And we'll see if we can find a way in. Yeah, committing up the ramp, does blink. Here come the Storms. Yeah, first couple of Storms do land. Zoning back the army, but does not break through. There's still, what, 4 Storms remaining, almost 5. But we don't need to push into this. Again, the goal for MaxPax should just be contain. Just contain Clem. If there's an opening, sure, but... Oh, okay. Very nice Storm. Jesus. Oh, no. The whole position micro in the storm. Calm down, Clem. Calm down. So we had some nice storms. And thankfully, MaxPax, she doesn't lose his High Templar. It's calming down. Meanwhile, second starport's on the way for mass Viking production. Make it 4 Vikings at a time. Ghosts are reviving. And there's that 4th CC. So both armies are about to max out. Both Clem and MaxPax, they will both max out. They'll both embrace the mid to late game. We're getting there. You can see that MaxPax is looking for an opening. Does see the tanks. They will siege. Oh, snipes a High Templar. Better trade for Clem. MaxPax does find his way up the ramp. Yeah, Clem's out of position. MaxPax moving in. EMP does graze the army. Bunker does go down. Not many Stalkers. 1 Storm does land. Yeah, so far the Storms are solid. But the Vikings, they bully back those Colossus. And MaxPax is forced out. He's forced out of the bases. The Colossi are quite low. We're building up to 5 Colossus. I mean, I'm pretty sure MaxPax is just assuming that the Colossus they're going to die. So he has to replace them. The Templar count is a little bit lower now. We're getting up to 4 Templar. So less Templar, less Ghosts. Sorry, less Storm, I meant to say. Once again, forcing his way up the ramp. Better CranKy here for Clem. Oof, decent Storm. Storm does land, but it still feels like MaxPax is overextending. Bleeds out 2 Colossus. There's 1 Colossus left. Another Storm is coming in. Lands a Storm. Oh my god. Jesus, another Storm as well. The army is so very low. Gets a Colossus. One storm left. Sorry, did I say one? I meant to say two. Jesus, there are so many storms. And with that, Max actually does get into the natural, breaks into the mineral line. Another storm is going to be coming in. The storm does land. Again, the army is deep in the red. Uno más. Denies the snipe. The storm. But that's it. Like there's no more splash damage. I think there's going to be soon one more storm available. There it is. The final storm does land. Very nice connection. Crazy final storm. And with that, MaxPax, he breaks through. He has broken through. He gets into the economy. 23 SCV kills. I was concerned that MaxPax was overextending, but no, he found a way in. He found a way in. Out position Clem. And with that, that's 26 SCV kills. Gets on top of the tanks. And GG gets called. GG gets called. MaxPax ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, that position is brutal. The position specifically in between the natural and the third base. I was concerned that MaxPax was being overly aggressive, and I stand by that. I do think that he was, but we saw a big moment where Clem rotated towards the left-hand side. Basically, Clem, he missed MaxPax's rotation. He was lacking vision on the main army. Clem, he rotated over towards the left, over towards the area in between the third and the fourth base. Meanwhile, MaxPax found his way up the ramp. He was able to get up the ramp. He was able to dish out extra damage, zone away with the storms, and just kind of wedge himself through. Again, he had so many storms available. We saw that Clem was so close to defending, but like over time, the army was just getting weaker and weaker due to the non-stop storms. GG, well played. Whew. And with that, we are now getting into the ace match. Let's go. We're getting into the ace match. We're loading into 10,000 feet. Okay, so it's in these smaller maps where I do favor Terran players more than Protoss, and the opposite on larger maps. Like on these larger maps like Winter Madness, it is harder for the Terran player to be aggressive. We saw that Clem was hyper defensive on Winter Madness, which is expected, but now we're loading into 10,000 feet, a much more aggressive map in the map pool. Here the turns can table. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the red Protoss player. We have the Danish Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. Tying up the series 1-1, it is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Terran player. We have the French Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. We go. So getting into the ace match here, and welcome to 10,000 feet, a much smaller map of the map pool, a map that does allow for more aggressive builds, more aggressive play, and we are expecting more aggression out of Clem. Remember, last game, Clem, if I recall correctly, I don't think he ever moved out across the map, except for his Reaper harass. His Reapers, they moved out, but I believe that is it, the Hellion as well. Outside of that, Clem was just stuck at home. He was just stuck at home, stuck defending, trying to build up in towards a maxed out army, and he almost got there, but MaxPax was able to break him before he could perfect his army. Here on 10,000 feet, we can see a more aggressive Terran instead. We do have a much shorter rush distance. The rush distance by ground is shorter than on any other map in this map pool, so a very short rush distance. Does allow for all-ins, does allow for aggressive play. It's going to be Zealot first here by MaxPax. I mean, hey, we just spoke about it. Short rush distance. It goes both ways, but alas, the SCV is going to be zoned away. We do see that MaxPax, he scouts the initial low ground setup, and he does cancel the Zealot. Does cancel. There's that CC. MaxPax, he scouts, he confirms. Does confirm that it is real. So he's now aware it's an economic opener. I assume that MaxPax was going to be going for the Zealot anyway to try to delay the CC and rally across the map, but opts not to. As the Adept is on the way. Safety bunker out of Clem. And we'll see where Clem's build does take us. We'll see, Pappy, we'll see. Once again, Twilight Council to MaxPax, opening up Council into Blink. And we'll keep an eye on the Gateway Council. We're expecting at least 3-gate Blink. We're expecting a safer build here by MaxPax, as again, there's just a higher chance that we see more aggression from Clem. Clem going for his own 1-1-1. Once again, opening up with a mine drop. There we go. Really good moves from MaxPax. Yeah. Again, like it was very risky. It was a very risky moves out of MaxPax, but in the end, it was worth it. In the end, he was preserving his High Templar. That's the most important thing, right? Is I was concerned about the aggressive moves out of MaxPax, but he was preserving his High Templar, keeping them alive. Two more gates on the way. It is going to be 3-gate blink into the Robo. So again, a very safe play here from MaxPax. See, my drop does move out. Oh, this time it's going to be a little bit more committed. It is going to be a triple mine drop. You can see that Clem, I believe, he didn't make a heli in this game. No Hellion and no Reaper. Just now getting scouting for the first time. As he'll see nothing across the map. And now boost in. Does boost into natural. Medevac takes a lot of hits. Does burrow 1, does burrow 2. The shots are going up. Oh no! Oh my god. 4 probes going down. A nice damage so far. Do we save the Widow Mines? Barely do. So Medevac does boost away. Does get the hell out of there. Nice shots. Nice damage. Meanwhile, blink is done in 5 seconds, or in a couple of seconds. Does not catch the Medevac. Medevac does make it back home. And MaxPax is expanding. Remember, 3-gate blink. Depth chase into the mineral line. 2 SCV kills, not bad. Oh no! Oh my god. The mines, they punish the Stalkers. I believe they were in position to punish the War Prism, but regardless, nice damage. Nice damage here. Tank shots going off. Oh, despite that, 7 SCVs go down. A nice damage here by MaxPax. Does delay the economy. Getting another worker. 8 SCV kills. That's a lot of damage. Uh-oh. Looking at Clem here. Observer goes down. Stim is on the way. We'll see how hard Clem commits. So Clem is taking a lot of hits. eBay's on the way. That's typically indicative of a longer game. Stalkers, they do get punished. Get punished. Here comes a move out. I'm still waiting to see if he does commit and pull the boys. For now, it's going to be 3 tanks in the bio army. Stim is finishing up as the army gets across the map, and eyes are on Clem. The storm will be done in time. Our reinforcements back at home. Nice clean up of the zealots. Prism does scout the mineral line just in case. MaxPax also checking. And here comes a High Templar. Here comes a storm. Ooh, blinks in. Raven does barely survive. Scan reveals a High Templar. Tank shots going up. Oof. Does get 1 tank. That wasn't quite worth it though. That was a lot of units going down. Zealots and Stalkers. MaxPax going for the backstab. And the army's in position. And Clem, he will hold. And he does hold on. The War Prism is still out there. Still across the map. And I don't see Clem breaking through. Not against 3 High Templar. Did I say 3? Now 4. 4 High Templar. Plenty of storms. MaxPax getting ready for this round. And Clem has to get out of here. He has to get out, Pappy. Here come the Zealots. Here comes the surround. And we're coming in from behind. Tanks will fall. Nice cleanup. And Clem just overstayed his welcome. Stuck around too long. Leads out of medevac. I'm trying to come in from behind. He attempted to reinforce, but it was just too late. Again, nice mine shot. That's mine connection. He scans. He's trying to deal with those High Templar. Oof. Ah, no shot. He cannot. Yeah, too many Templar, too many storms. Oh, God. And with that MaxPax, he's snowballing out of control. He's breaking on through, takes down the main army. Again, Clem just got surrounded. He got caught out. And GG. GG gets called. There's nothing back home to defend. And MaxPax will claim the series 2-1, taking down Clem and advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that Clem didn't pull the boys when he went for the 2-base push. That's what I was waiting for. And to be fair, MaxPax was waiting for it as well. Shout out to MaxPax for scouting with his prism, for checking the mineral line to make sure that there was no all-in coming. Remember, in the lead up to this, Clem, he lost 9 SCVs. 9 SCVs went down. It was a lot of economic damage that did weaken the push. And in the end, Clem, he just went for his main army move out. There were already High Templar waiting. Those storms were ready, and Clem could not break through. He could not push through those High Templar. He could not push through those storms. GG. GG, well played in the end. He was stifled, he was delayed. We saw that MaxPax was able to counterattack, keep the reinforcements back at home, and then eventually surround. Eventually did surround, and with that, we have our 2 finalists. We have our 2 finalists. It's not going to be Clem and Solar, it's going to be MaxPax and Solar instead. Again, very impressive play here from MaxPax to shut down the aggression from Clem. I mean, we did have that back and forth, of course, but MaxPax does claim the series, and with that, we have our best of 5 grand finals.